3rd and 5. They will not go into their goal line defense. Up to the right, Hayes to the left, Allward. Staubach looking and in trouble. Now he gets away. Staubach over the 5 to about the 3, and he fouled the ball, but was he down? He was not. The Cowboys have fumbled. The Giants take over.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone out there who's been watching my videos. Thank you. If you can maybe give this video a thumbs up or possibly leave a comment below or maybe even share this video, it would mean so much to me. But anyway, just thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. Well, the New York Giants. I saw an article a couple days ago, I guess. It says 4 free agents the Giants could still add. You know, it was by Fanside. I'll show you. You know, you can check it out if you want and all that. Right? So they go over 4 guys. I mean, there's still a lot of guys out there. You know, but I mean, it seems like the Giants right now, you know, seem to have their roster, you know, pretty much, you know, filled up. I mean, going into the camp and all that, you know, I mean, obviously it's, you know, we're not talking until like July when camp really starts, you know what I mean? So like barring injuries, I really can't see them going out there and, I don't know, the lack of money we have and all, you know, but we'll go over this anyway, but if you see the thumbnail for this video, the 4th person that they have on this list is someone us New York Giant fans are pretty familiar with. All right, now, this article, 4 free agents the New York Giants could still add. Now, you know, I got to give them a little bit of, you know, this article. These are the, this came out a couple days ago. May 29th. There you go. Yeah, 3 days ago. The top 100 still available free agents. Okay. And, you know, on this article, 2 out of the top 3, right? Yeah, I mean, Trey Flowers is going to be out of the Giants range. I'm just saying is that, you know, Sheldon Richardson, you know, Justin Houston, Eric, you know, Williams and Fisher, their offensive tackles, the Gronk. I mean, we got a bunch of, you know, I don't think the Gronk's going to want to come to the Giants. I mean, I think if he goes anywhere, he's going to want to try to win another Super Bowl. If anybody signs Antonio Brown, I really feel sorry for him. Julio Jones, I mean, he's going to want money, and obviously, you know, and he gets hurt a lot, and you know. But Treader and Beckham Jr., okay, these are 2 of the guys that they have in this article, all right? There it is right here. It's from Fansided. All right, it's got 4 free agents the New York Giants could still add. And they got, let's see, with both the NFL draft and initial rush of free agency coming and going, the New York Giants roster looks drastically different than it did at the end of the season. They have added players on both sides of the ball who will instantly help the squad become better. However, there's still a few areas, where they are lacking both depth and overall experience. The offense and defensive line alongside the linebacker group could still add more experienced players. And yes, safety too. Yeah, safety. Yeah. A veteran presence could help develop many of the younger players in these positions. So basically, I mean, that's what a couple of these guys are. Would just be veteran presence. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. With so many experienced players still available in free agency, there are several options for the Giants. While they don't currently have a ton of cap space remaining and will need money heading into the regular season, many of these players could be in search of a cheaper 1-year deal. Here are 4 free agents the Giants could add. And I said, now I did a video on Mr. Treader here. It was about a week or so ago. Yeah, because if he comes in, he's a center. You know, All right, he's dude's a beast. I mean, Giants have made their offensive line a point of focus this offseason. What was their weakest group in 2021, they now have a more capable unit heading into 2022. They have added players like Evan Neal, Mark Lewinsky, and John Feliciano, who will all come in and be improvements over what they had last season. But they could still find ways to get even better. Yep. Enter veteran center J.C. Tretter. Tretter has been one of the more dominant centers in the NFL since he was drafted in 2014. Yep. While he was about to enter year 9, he has shown no signs of slowing down. His 2021 season showed just how good he can still be. In his final year with the Cleveland Browns, he posted an offensive grade of 78.7, according to PFF. More impressively, he posted a pass block grade of 83.7. He finished last season allowing just 1 sack and 10 total pressures while playing in 1,035 offensive snaps. 1 sack. So that's a lot better than what Billy Price did. A lot better. Giants already found their center for 2022 when they signed Feliciano, but there is still a lack of depth. Now, I mean, you're not bringing this guy in just for depth. I mean, that's not happening. Okay? I mean, if he does come in and he competes for the job, he's going to win the job. Okay. There's also a case to be made that Tretter is an improvement over Feliciano. If the Giants were to add him, it would also allow for Feliciano to slide over the left guard. Now, the problem is now you got Ezeudu and you got Lemieux battling out. So now you got 3 guys battling out for the one position. Now, mind you, if Feliciano were to win that job, you got Lemieux and you got Ezeudu, you got to have some good depth there. And you got Feliciano, who also could back up Tretter if something were to happen to Tretter, if he were to get hurt. But one thing is with Tretter, knock on wood, hasn't been getting hurt, okay? You plug and play, and I'll see you at the end of the season, brother. So. Let's see. Feliciano Slater, a position which has years of professional experience. That's Feliciano. It would also help solidify their offensive line even more. They would have an experience at each interior position, while their tackles of the future are on the outside. Now the thing is, see, Tretter, okay, last year he made 11. They let him go. This is the Browns from last year, okay? They let him go, okay? And they saved about $8 million. Okay, they still owe him a little bit of money, but they saved about $8 million while letting Tretter go. Now, if the Giants were to bring him in, he's getting paid a little bit from the Browns. Okay, there was some dead cap money there. So actually, I can't put 2020 because he's not even on there. But they owed him a little bit of money. But I mean, if the Giants were to get him, obviously you could sign him for a couple of years, right? Make it where, so this is grades from last year, right? 78.7, 83.7 pass blocking grade. It'll be huge for the Giants, huge. 74.8 run blocking grade. But I mean, look at these grades here. You know what I mean? Overall grades, 78.7 to 81, 72, 76, 69, 78, 75. Yeah, I mean, look at these pass blocking grades. I mean, they struggle maybe a little bit in the run, okay? But I mean, look at these pass, 83, 84, 85, 85, 80, 82. 80. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years in a row, he's had a pass blocking grade over 80. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I said, so you put him in, plug and play. I mean, that's, let's say snaps by position, right? 1,030, so. All right, so he's going to be your center. Now, the thing is, I mean, if you brought him in and signed him, right, you could sign him maybe this year, 5, maybe 6. You'd have to find some money someplace else, maybe kick a can down the road or something, maybe let Darius Slayton go, Oshane Ximines go, maybe to get you a little bit extra money. But the thing is, you could sign him this year, maybe 5 or 6, but, sign him for maybe a 3-year deal. I don't know. What? $27 million, maybe 8 to 9 million a year, somewhere around there. Yes, this way, you could, pay him 5 or 6 this year, and then you'd have to bump it up the next couple of years, maybe pay him 9 and then 11 or somewhere around there. But he would be your starting center, plain and simple. As I said, the only thing is, they brought Feliciano in. They told him that he was going to be or have a good shot, I guess, to be the starting center. It'd be kind of a slap in the face to bring this guy in. Okay, it'd be nice, but then you're going to have Feliciano. You got 3 guys battling out for the left guard position. You have some good depth. Boy, you're going to have some depth, right? You have depth at the guard position. You have depth at the center position. You have depth at the tackle position. So there will certainly be a lot of depth, but it would be nice. But I don't see the Giants bringing J.C. Tretter in. Okay. Now, the next guy up, some help for the defensive line would be Malik Jackson. This is what they got in the article here, okay? The Giants have solidified the edges. Yes, they have. With Kayvon, Leonard Williams, if you want to call him, at the edge. Azeez Ojulari, but the interior could still be addressed. So, they got guys. They got Dexter Lawrence. I'm not saying Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams is on the front, like the front 3, right? He's not an edge rusher, But they could use, maybe some more depth. But the thing is, Malik Jackson could be the perfect addition. Jackson has been one of the more consistent defensive tackles in the NFL since he entered the league in 2012. So he's got a lot of experience, right? A lot of veteran leadership and all that stuff and everything. But the addition of Jackson will bring much needed depth. Yes, it would. Quality depth, right? Veteran aspect that the interior group may be missing. Jackson has experienced the highs in the NFL, including a Super Bowl victory. He has also been extremely healthy during his time in the NFL. He has played at least 14 games in each year of his career, besides one. So that's pretty good. Remember, if you're not available, you're really not worth nothing, right? While Jackson may not be an every down defender, the Giants don't need him to be that. Having him as a rotational piece could be the perfect way to complement this young group. That's true. Let's see here. All right, so we got here. All right, then we got, let's see, Malik Jackson, right? Last year, 1.8 million. The Giants could afford that, right? This is last year with the Browns. Okay, the Giants can certainly afford that. You look at some of his numbers here. Last year, graded out at 44. Run defense of 43.6, tackling was at 28, pass rush 54. He had, in the beginning of his career, had some nice years, 70, 81, 80. This is when then he starts tailing off a little bit. He's 61, then went down to 53. The Eagles had him in 2021 up to 64, okay. But then last year with the Browns, he was in a bunch of snaps, 646 altogether. He graded out at 44. Tackling is 28. If they're going to spend like $1 million or $1 million plus for a defensive lineman, I think they could probably do better. So I really don't agree with this one much at all either. He would be some depth. He would be some veteran leadership and all and everything, but I think they can certainly do better. Now, next they got would be the linebacker, Quan Alexander. Okay, so you got the Giants added 2 linebackers in last month's draft, but the addition of another could still be a possibility. While Blake Martinez coming off his torn ACL, they still be in search for one or more veterans to add to the group. Veteran linebacker Quan Alexander could be the sort of player that the team is looking for. Now we got, let's see, Alexander has been a solid linebacker since entering the NFL in 2015. He has racked up 521 total tackles, 43 for loss, 10 forced fumbles, pretty good, 8 interceptions throughout his career. He's also been a force when it comes to getting to the quarterback, recording 76 career pressures and 14 sacks. Very good. Alexander's 2021 season was on par with what he has done throughout the rest of his career. In his first full year with the New Orleans Saints, he was used more in pass rush than he ever has been before. This led him to reaching a career high in quarterback pressures with 17. He also recorded the second most sacks of his career with 4. He finished the season with 40 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 1 interception. He did this while playing in just 12 games. Right. Now, while much of the playing time could fall to players like Darian Beavers and Mitch McFadden, having Micah, having a player like Alexander on the roster could also be highly beneficial. I mean, for leadership, right? I mean, he didn't cost areas. He didn't cost a boatload of money last year. This was with the Saints last year. I mean, it wasn't even $1 million last year. I mean, the Giants could afford that. I mean, basically, that's just bringing another guy in, for some leadership, some experience, veterans experience and all and everything, But, I mean, his numbers, I mean, right? I mean, last year's we graded out with the Saints. Defense overall was at 53.9. Run defense was at 34.8. 42.7 tackling. Pass rush 57.1. Coverage was a 67. Coverage is not bad, But I mean, as see right here, total 17 total pressures, right? But I mean, he had a couple nice, years, 2016, 2017, but then he's been kind of 2018, 19, 2020. He's been kind of on the decline, So if he was a 53 last year, what's he going to be? I mean, he's going to be 50 this year. I mean, I'm not so sure if the Giants are going to compete, but I don't know if they're going to go out and maybe spend money on somebody like him, but we'll see. I mean, guys get hurt. I mean, that's why it's up for these guys, somebody like him, who's maybe not picked up yet, to stay healthy, right? And obviously be available and stay healthy because somebody, the team gets a couple linebackers hurt, they might be calling the guy's name. But, I mean, I can't see the Giants going after him. And then finally, we got a reunion with Odell Beckham Jr. Well, I don't know. The Giants' 2022 season will already be interesting. Why not add another piece to the puzzle? Return of Odell Beckham Jr. would be exciting and must. Yes, it would be. Yes, it would be. But it takes 2 to tangle. Does he want to come back here? I want to come back and play on a team that's not going to win. Probably not going to win a Super Bowl. You get that taste for the Super Bowl, you want to compete for it again, right? He might want to go back to the Rams or somebody. I mean, so I don't know. Is he going to want to come back to a team that might be 500? I don't know. Right? As I said, the only thing is that he has Saquon. When he was here, Saquon was here. That's the only connection he has left. Everybody else is gone. Because the Giants don't re-sign any of their players. They draft them and they just let them go. So we still got Saquon. So, right. Beckham way finally gone, and Beckham himself coming back off a torn ACL. The pairing could be beneficial to both parties. So we'll have to watch. As I say, because Gettleman's not here. Now he might have a little problem with Gettleman. Gettleman's not here. So, I mean, he knows, with Dable and, everybody came from Buffalo, they got a good offense and all that. But also when Odell was here, Eli was here. We had a quarterback. We had Saquon, we had the quarterback, Now he's got Daniel Jones. So, in recent years, the Giants have already invested highly into their wide receiver position. The addition of Wan'Dale Robinson in his last month's draft only adds to what is already a good-looking wide receiver room. But Beckham brings a flair and influence to the game that is just meant for New York, which is true. Okay, him and Kayvon, I can see taking over New York, baby. And he has also proven that he can still get the job done on the field, which he can. Beckham finished 2021 with 44 receptions, 537 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. He averaged 12.2 yards per reception and had just 4 drops and 82 total targets. Very good. Looking at his season even deeper, you see that much of his overall success came once he joined the Los Angeles Rams. He looked like a different player in 8 games that he played with that team. All right. As I said, putting Beckham into the offense full so many other strong offensive pieces could allow for him to have a dominant season. I mean, if we can spread it out, get Daniel Jones some time to throw the ball, if Daniel Jones actually, step back up and play like he did in his rookie season, oh yeah, I mean, and if we can keep the guys healthy. Now the problem is bringing Odell in. You got to bring in a guy who was hurt coming off of the injury, and also not only that, but he gets injured. Sterling Shepard gets injured. Oh, I'm sorry, because we still got Sterling Shepard. I said we just have Saquon. We had Sterling Shepard and Saquon Barkley. Those are the ties with Odell Beckham. Okay. But I mean, Sterling Shepard gets injured. Odell Beckham Jr. gets injured. Kadarius Toney, he's always injured. Kenny Golladay, he gets injured. So I mean, we got problems with wide receivers getting injured. Now you're going to bring in an injured wide, so. But we'll have to wait and see. He won't have to deal with opposing teams' cornerback one and will be left to do what he does best, make big plays. We'll also give quarterback Daniel Jones another explosive weapon, which it would, and what could be his final season with the Giants. The addition of Beckham isn't the most likely option, and the Giants may very well believe that their wide receiver unit is already set. But with Beckham returning from injury, he may be looking to sign a team-friendly deal. Why not let that be with the team that started it all? Now, as I said, the only problem with that, is that, I mean, I said Odell last year with the Rams, $850,000, right? I mean, he's not signing for that, It's going to, obviously going to cost more than that. So, the Giants going to want to dish out a few million for him. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, last year, graded out pretty deep. This is what they were talking about. Graded out of 66 with the Browns. Okay, then he went to the Rams and he graded out of 76. So, but it was also the offense too, right? I mean, this team here, the Rams, they won the Super Bowl. So, Browns did not. So, but I mean, if you see here, I mean, his first year with the Giants graded out at 90, then 88, 84, 69. He was injured. Right, in 2017, only played 211 snaps. But his last year with the Giants, he was at 90. Right, then he was 68 with the Browns and 75, 74. So he can still get it done. I mean, as I said, did the Giants want to dish out several millions of dollars to a wide receiver? They got a bunch of wide receivers. I think if they're going to dish out a few $1 million to somebody, it might be to another positional group. And as I said, does Odell Beckham Jr. want to come back to New York, and play for a team that might just be 500? I don't know. I mean, as I said, once you win that ring, it's hard to kind of, go back to a team it's not going to be, probably not going to contend for Super Bowl. So these 4 players here, I mean, I kind of disagree with these, I don't see the Giants signing these guys. But if they did, they brought back Odell Beckham Jr. That would make for a pretty exciting football this season for the New York Giants.
So you see, I mean, there's still a lot of guys out there. And one of the things is now, with the salary cap, it's still hasn't come back, from, when the COVID, took a dive with the COVID, so the salary cap really hasn't come back, where it should be. If it never took a dive from COVID, if it never went backwards, if it, if it actually kept going forward, so it's not back where it used to be. And also that, I mean, the salary cap took a step back, okay, and now it's, on its way back up. Next year is supposed to go up, obviously, again. But the one thing is the salary cap went back, and I was trying to, recover. The guys' salaries, that never took a step back. Maybe some guys, maybe didn't make, as much as they'd like or whatever. But I mean, now we're paying wide receivers $30 million a year. We're paying quarterbacks $50 million, all guaranteed. You know what I mean? So the salaries keep going up and up and up. And the thing is, like with that, is that you got so many guys. I can't blame them, but it just makes it where there's a lot of guys out there who are available. But I mean, any of these guys on this list here, I mean, for the most part, I mean, I'll tell you what, the center, Treader, I mean, if they got him, that would be fantastic. The only problem is now what are you going to do with Feliciano? You got to move him over to guard. Well, you got Glowinski, right guard. Now, what do you got? You have what, Feliciano? I mean, Feliciano could, maybe back up, but he brought him over here to be a starter. You know what I'm saying? But then you got, right? Shane Lemieux, Zudu, Feliciano all battling out to be the left guard. I mean, but I mean, I tell you what, if we got him in here, and if we had Neal, Thomas, you got Glowinski, you got Treader at center, and then you got the other three guys battling out for the guard. You can take the best man wins out of there. We'd have a pretty nice offensive line. But I mean, other than that, I mean, OBJ. I mean, he might consider coming back here. I mean, but I also think he wants to win too. I mean, he won last year, but it's a great feeling. And does he want to? I mean, pretty much the only link he's got is Saquon, because when he was here, the last time he was here, Saquon was here. So that's basically the only. I mean, obviously it's the Giants and the fans and the organization, Mr. Mara and all that, but I mean, does he want to come back here on not a boatload of money? And we ain't winning no Super. I don't want to be Nancy negativity here, but we're not winning the Super Bowl this season. Okay, so I mean, does he want to do something like that? It takes two to tango. Just because we might want him, does he want to come here? Right? And I said, as far as the other two guys, I mean, I mean, they would be cheap. They were veteran experienced and cheap. I mean, but are they the kind of guys that Shane and Dave will want to bring in to try to help build the Giants organization around? Who knows about that? But I mean, that's one of the reasons why Shane also doesn't want to spend all the money, because you're going to need money during the season. Guys get hurt. You're going to get putting guys maybe on the practice squad. You have to bring them up. But other guys are going to get hurt. It's going to keep. The roster's just going to keep changing. So I mean, so maybe somewhere along the line, maybe we pick up somebody here or there. But any of these four guys on the list, I don't really see the Giants partaking in any of the four. There's other guys out there, right? But any of these four, I can't see it happening. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!